oh no moment here, I think. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. Today's nonsense is titled More Modifications, folks. That's right. We're trying to use Kodama of the West Tree again as best we can. Modified creatures you control have trample. Okay? And whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Yeah! So pretty excited about it. We're going to try and take advantage of this card as much as we can. What are we doing? Well, primarily, we've got just some curve out style stuff, some Tenacious P, a little bit of Swarm Shambler, and Hardened Scales, just a 2 of here. But since most of our modifications are counter-based, it's nice, right? Of course, Luminarch Aspirant to throw counters around, make other things modified. Lion Sash, because you put 1/1 counters on the Lion Sash, so it's modified. And Scavenging Ooze, put 1/1 counters on it, it's modified. Notably, folks, both of these main deck graveyard hate. There's plenty of graveyard stuff going on around in the metagame, and if you were like, you know what, I am fed up with all of these snakes in this format. No, these reanimator decks in this format, and whatever, you know, spell-based reanimation, creature-based reanimation, whatever. When they're messing around in their graveyard, you're like, I'm done. Okay, how about 6 Lion Sash Scavenging Ooze, right? Yeah, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. Some little interaction here with the Dromoka's command. Pretty versatile card, very powerful. Oran-Rief Ooze blows up the entire team when we've got a bunch of counters on it. And Abzan Falconer, last but not least, each creature you control with a 1/1 counter has flying. So we can give all of our creatures trample. We can give all of our creatures flying. Feeling good, man. A little Wandering Emperor, Settle the Wreckage package for good measure. And, of course, some lands to tap for casting our spells. What are we doing? I'm not sure. 1/1 counter shenanigans, modified shenanigans. I don't know what you want to call it, but hopefully we're going to be having a good time. Let's go see. Well, here we are, folks. Up against Domi Swiss. Good luck, Domi Swiss. And, yeah, I think we can keep this. Gonna start on Tenacious Pup. Almost certainly go right to Luminarch Aspirant. Alright, opponent going to get him with that Fanatical Firebrand? Does. Okay, well. Not thrilled about that, but it is what it is. Tenacious Pup, do your thing. We gain a life right back. We can block that Fanatical Firebrand, but our opponent, probably not going to attack with it. Robber the Rich, sure. You gonna get him with that? They do. They get a Kodama of the West Tree. That stinks. That's a really, really good card for them to get. Alright, well, we take our beats. So, land Luminarch Aspirant. Going to get a counter. Yep. So, not going to be able to get hit by that Fanatical Firebrand here. Luminarch Aspirant going to spread the love a little bit, so that the Tenacious P can block the Robber the Rich profitably. And so that if they have... Okay, we will still trade for Tenacious P. Absolutely. Likely our opponent going to kill... Yeah, the Luminarch Aspirant does do so. It's inconvenient. We're not happy about that, but... Yep. Okay, they get Settle the Wreckage off the top. That's not cool, because now they know about Settle the Wreckage, and they will play around it. Alright, well, they ran out a Goblin Chain Whirler. We're going to pray they don't have another one, because that would be a serious blowout. But what do you do? What do you do? Alright. The good thing about having these in play... Okay, sure. No, come on, man. That's inconvenient. Actually, that's just not that bad, then. Hey. Alright. Well, we're going to do this right now so that the Fanatical Firebrand can't blow us out later. And we're going to hang on. Probably just killing Rampaging Ferocidon is my guess. No, this doesn't deal damage. It is an actual fight. Okay, so I guess it's going to be the Robber of the Rich. Okay. Alright, Robber the Rich gets another Settle the Wreckage. gets nothing. All right, so we're going to counter fight. Counter fight. Here. Taking a pretty serious beating here. Yep. All right. Opponent gonna hit our Fanatical Firebrand? Or, yeah, it does. Okay. We're not surprised by that, but that's okay. So now... Interesting. Yeah, I think we've still got to just do this right now so that they don't have any second thoughts or anything. We're going to go ahead, get rid of the Rampaging Ferocidon, gain a couple life back, pass the turn. Okay, yeah, these things stink, but they are what they are.
Guess that's it then.
Yep, guess that's it then, she says. Rabber the Ritz gets back in. Alright, Abzan Falconer comes off the top. Well, we're going to block. Down to 3. Ay, ay, ay. No, deck. Alright. You got us, Domi Swiss. You got us. Climb that ladder. Get up there. Do your thing. GG. Alright, folks. Here we are up against Merlin AW1. Good luck, Merlin AW1. Can we keep this? I think so. We'll see what our opponent's up to over there. You never know. Oh boy, Stitcher Supplier. Not great. Alright, well. Yeah, they've already got an Unburial Rites in the bin. We do have the Scavenging Ooze, which is good. But I don't think we can run it out on 2 because our opponent can just kill it. And we can't eat anything out of the graveyard, right? And let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's just run out another Tenacious P, I guess. No attacks yet. Just 1 damage, not worth it. We don't want them to fill their graveyard quickly enough for them to ruin our lives, you know? Alright, Ashiok. Okay. Well, fine. Let's go after Ashiok. Opponent obviously blocks, because it not only defends Ashiok, but also fills the graveyard, which is something they're very excited about. Okay, well. Then I guess we're on Scavenging Ooze. Comes down with counters. Pass the turn. And Merlin scoops it off. Oh boy, I guess, folks, our opponent did not have any creature removal at all. So, what we're going to do here is just wait until their end of turn and then be able to start exiling their bin. And then we're going to spend the entire next turn doing nothing but exiling everything our opponent wants to do. Just ruining their entire strategy. And the opponent knew it, and they scooped it up. So, GG, Merlin, AW1, GG. All right, folks. Here we are up against Julius Castus. Good luck, Julius Castus. And yeah, I think we're going to keep this. A fine hand. Not great, but fine. And we don't want to draw more lands. So there's that. But we're only on a 22 land deck, so we shouldn't, you know, we shouldn't draw too many, I wouldn't think. And theoretically, if our opponent's a little slow off the get here, we will be able to cast a Swarm Shambler, pump another Swarm Shambler, and then on turn 3, Kodama, right? And Kodama of the West Tree is, would then get us some lands and stuff going forward. So, all right. Opponent started on Hive of the Eye Tyrant, goes to Shambling Ghast. Going to sacrifice your Shambling Ghast. Give a -1/-1 to the end of turn on our Swarm Shambler with Summoning Sickness. Or are you just going to use a removal spell? No, Witch's Oven. Okay. Okay. Yep. And opponent. Now what? Now what? They're thinking about it. I am not sure what they're thinking about, but whatever it is, they are doing it. Okay. Well, Fine. We will take the draw for the turn. Hey. That's a good one. Alright, we're going to do it. Your go, Julius Castus. You going to sacrifice the Column Familiar, huh? We expect this to not happen this turn. Then they're going to untap, remove our Scavenging Ooze, no big deal. We do have more Scavenging Ooze. We do have some Lion Sash as well. So we have 5 more of this effect. Still strongly possible we draw another one yet this game. So running it out, not a huge cost. And this way it just kind of slows down the game. Our opponent doing nothing with Witch's Oven is good for us, you know. I assume what they do is they just sacrifice the Column Familiar here, which is fine. They're not going to try and return it, because as soon as they try and return it, that's when we eat it. So untapping... Oh boy, they might not have removal. That would be great. That would be great. Our opponent might be roping us because they don't have removal. Oh boy. Yeah, so what they were supposed to do, I think, is sacrifice the Column Familiar, just leave it in the graveyard, and then when we go to eat it, they return it. That only works, though, when they don't have enough food or whatever, right? Opponent. Not snapping off removal on the Scavenging Ooze. So there's that. Opponent. Village Rites. Sacrificing a Shambling Ghast. Giving -1/-1 to the Swarm Shambler. No. Creating a treasure. Yes. Okay. All right. And now what? Passing. They are clearly baiting us, folks. Our turn. We are not going to do any of those things. Hey, we have a Lion Sash. Feels good. All right, so we are going to leave up an activation here. Our opponent blocks and sacks. We will not activate still, because we want to make sure to have as many activations up as possible at any given time, just to make sure they can't do, or, you know, they can't execute their game plan, right, is the general idea. So now this upcoming turn, we will have multiple activations up, and we can put them in a bit of an awkward spot, right? Mayhem Devil. Oh, boy. Well, that's not great. Admittedly, I assume they're going to kind of go all out just a little bit here to kill the Scavenging Ooze. And I think they can kill the Scavenging Ooze pretty easily. But then we're just going to cast Lion Sash and equip it next turn, you know. Okay. Are they not going all out? Opponent? I think they're giving up a chance to kill the Scavenging Ooze right now. If they do. Alright, sure enough. No, they are going for it. Yep. And sacrificing the Column Familiar. Sure. Going after Scavenging Ooze. They don't yet have a treasure. So we get to eat. And then, do you have anything else? No, they don't have anything else. Oh my word, folks. This is fantastic news. Yes, we are willing to trade the Kodama here if our opponent is willing to trade. But things are about to get difficult on our opponent, I think. We are going to get the rest of the lands out, or the rest of the basics out of our deck, which aren't a lot. I think there's only 3 lands left in our deck anyway. But, yeah. I think our opponent's going to be in a bit of a difficult spot. Yeah. Oh, boy. They're certainly computing their chances of winning. You know, if they block or don't block here. They can't block here. This has trample. They could eat a Swarm Shambler is what, you know, they should do that at the very least, right? But, yeah, they're trying to see, because they're going to drop to 10 here. which is pretty not ideal. But they're not dead, right? All right, so just a couple of lands. Okay, yep. So, Luminarch Aspirant. And, yeah. I think we're just going to give up the Luminarch Aspirant in favor of a better Kodama. Because now the Kodama also has trample, because it gives all modified creatures trample, and now it is modified. This is a very juicy target for our opponent, and at the very least, they can sacrifice the food to kill it. I was going to say, it's exceedingly likely they have some other means of accomplishing their goals, right? Opponent, thinking about it. Fatal pushes. Swarm Shambler makes a dude. Yeah. This is fine. Alright. I'm going to get in with a 3-3. We will block. Don't want to die for no reason. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot here. We're certainly not invincible. Our opponent can kind of... They're going to clear the Luminarch Aspirant for sure. Yeah. Yep. And get a little scrying action here. I think they're going to be a little chagrined about our next move. Yep. Lion Sash. Yep. Opponent kind of... Oh, no moment here, I think. And we're going to reconfigure it onto Kodama. We have 3 creatures in our bin, 1 creature in theirs. Combat? Yeah, we're just going to attack with the Kodama. I think we're going to plan on making things a little awkward for our opponent. Alright. Lion Sash. Eat. Shambling Ghast. Lion Sash. Eat. Luminarch Aspirant. Lion Sash. Eat. Swarm Shambler. Deal the damage. Alright, Kodama, get our last land here. And I think we are going to eat the Woe Strider anyway. Just so that they can't put it on the stack and get it out, you know, because if they go land, we can't respond. Now, they would have to get a few more cards into the bin, which we could have responded to, but I think this is just kind of the best way of going about it here, honestly. All right, Mayhem Devil going after our face, recognizing we can pump the Swarm Shambler. And thinking about it. If they have... Okay, Bone Shards is unfortunate. It's not the end of the world here for sure. We don't even have any lands to get. And the Lion Sash is able to be reattached wherever we want as long as that happens. I was going to say, but if they come up with another cat, they can chump our stuff down, which is not ideal. Right? So now we've got to we'll probably rely on the Cave of the Frost Dragon to a certain extent. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Julius Casticus is actually just, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. And I can appreciate that. They were in a very, very difficult spot. This is make your life difficult all day style territory, you know, that you just can't do what you need to do. And so we're going to attack the Cave of the Frost Dragon here, tapping a single white source and all 4 of these green. Casting a Tenacious P with the other green, just leaving up white mana for Lion Sash. We're just gonna... You will never get to do your Cauldron Familiar stuff. It's going to go away, right? So they can't chump it down forever anymore, and they took 3. They're down to, 3. We've got chump blockers back. They're not going to win this game, you know? And our opponent recognized that. So GG, opponent, GG. Alright, folks, here we are up against Sanzenin. Good luck, Sanzenin. And yeah, we'll keep this, I guess. Going to pop down a Forest, get down a Swarm Shambler, pass the turn. Opponent starts on Prismari Campus, goes to Island next. Hey, Cave of the Frost Dragon is a good one. We're going to go ahead and keep that around. Okay, opponent goes Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, well, you know, is what it is. Not excited about that. We were intending to spend our mana to do the thing, but oh well. Hey, Tenacious P. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Tenacious P. And I think we are just going to go ahead and Lion Sash. And no attacks. We'll pass. See what our opponent has to say about this stuff. If they have more Bone Crusher, we'd be a little sad. Oh, Magma Jet? Alright, well, yeah. You know, our opponent getting their stuff, but we are getting a little value out of this, right? You know, with the 1/1 creatures and everything, you know. Kind of nice. Yeah, I guess we're gonna Kodama and pass. Holy cow, folks. This is relentless. Alright. Fortunately, we've gotten 3 free 1/1s here, which is kind of nice. Alright. Well, I guess. Oh, darn it. No, I was... we should have gone with Lair of the Hydra there. For some reason, I was thinking that would activate our Cave of the Frost Dragon, and it won't. Folks, that's not a thing. So, Sanzenin. Archmage's Charm draws 2 cards. You got it. Back up to 4 cards in hand. Has a burn spell, looks like. Going to fire it off at Tenacious P? Does. It's Bone Crusher Giant. You got it? Yep. These things are fine. Yeah. And our turn. Hey, Dromoka's command. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's wait then. Nope. Opponent going to do some electrolyzing. No. I think we're gonna prevent the damage that would deal and throw a counter over here. They still get to draw their card, which, you know, we're not thrilled about, but it prevents them from getting rid of these problematic tokens. Because our opponent does not like these. They're trying to 1-for-1 a lot, right? So that's going to cause inconvenience, for sure. Boseiju, huh? Well, I guess. Cave of the Frost Dragon. Get in. Opponent gonna fire some burn spells at it. Slaying Fire. Inconvenient. Okay. Well, that happens. That happens. Folks, we are flooding out really hard here. We don't like this. I guess this is X equals 5. Right? 1 and X, so 5, yes. Alright. Next. Alright. Opponent, time for decisions. Likely going to... Yeah, I was going to say, this is the most likely scenario. But at least this lets us... Do you have a removal spell? Another Slaying Fire! Good lord, folks. Our opponent is living the dream over there. Admittedly, all of this damage could have gone at our face, so currently we're at 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage that could have been at our face. No blocks. Hey. They have the Ionize? Wow! Holy crud, we are getting blown out here. All right. Man, that's inconvenient. All right, well, we're going to do this. If they've got burn spell, they would just blow us out. So I think we've got to trade all three. But I think we are dead. We're going to try and 2-spell because we know about the Ionize. You know? So we need to stop drawing lands. We've drawn a lot of lands here, folks. All right, yes, this is a good one. All right, unsurprisingly. Lion Sash. Do you have another counter? Wow. All right, you got us. Folks, if you have it all, you're going to win. They had it all. They won. GG. GG. All right, folks, here we are up against Wolfgar Battlehammer, and yeah, I think this is a keepable hand. So we're going to start on Swarm Shambler, I guess. Indulgent Aristocrat. That is terrifying. All right. Swarm Shambler, go. I assume our opponent's on vampires here, folks. All right. Yeah. You got it. Another Indulgent Aristocrat. You got it. Temple Garden, Tenacious P. Get down. Gain a life. Opponent has the Knight of the Ebon Legion. That is a very good card. And passes. Okay. Well. Kodama of the West Tree with the Tenacious P counters. No attacks. You got it. Another Knight of the Ebon Legion. Alright, the opponent passes. You got it? Well, we're going to go ahead and... just attack here. I don't think our opponent wants to block. Yeah, okay, they don't. This is fine. I was a little concerned, so I was like, you know... trying to... play the odds in my mind and all that kind of thing, but I think we just want to slam an Oran-Rief Ooze so that it grows. Or so we can start growing things. And then we also have better Kabira Takedowns in the future here. So, like... okay, yeah, Wolfgar Battlehammer, scooping him up. Yeah, you're too far behind, Wolfgar. I've played a version of this. They're playing a different version of the vampire deck than I have played, but they're just so far behind. And, the extra toughness here, if they didn't get a land, which I'm assuming is the case... it's because they only run typically like 20, sometimes even less. We'll see. I don't know how aggressive their deck is, but if they didn't have the land for Sorin to kill the Oran-Rief Ooze this turn, it goes up to the 4th toughness. It's impossible. Like, what are they going to do? Not block this turn? That's not going to work. So then, yeah, we would... this becomes a 5-5. This becomes a 4-4. They don't have any good blocks again. We get a couple of lands out of the deck. We're running away with the game. It's unfortunate, Wolfgar, but that's definitely the cost you pay when you run 20 lands. So, GG, Wolfgar, GG. Welcome back, folks. Holy crud, we had a blast. It was a really good deck. Honestly, I can't complain. We lost to Mono Red. I mean, it happens. They just had a really aggressive draw, and we didn't. I don't think that should normally be a bad matchup because we block well. And, we have Tenacious Pup that just gives us, gains us a life. Just one, but, it gains us life. Scavenging Ooze gains us some incremental life over the course of the game. And, again, just blocking. Wandering Emperor exiles things, gains life. It doesn't feel like we should be terrible, but, there are some draws with Mono Red where they're just going to get down early, often, and beat you, and they did. So, got us. And then we lost to an Is It Spells deck, where they, I kid you not, removed every single one of our creatures over and over and over and over. And honestly, we had a pretty good draw against them, where we had 2 Swarm Shamblers. Now, in response to the second Swarm Shambler, they killed the first one, but gave us a 1-1. And then they had to kill a bunch of other things. We got a bunch of 1-1s, and, stuff, but they just had Bone Crushers that were the ones that primarily did the killing of us, and just a million spells that killed our creatures, and they did, and we died. Is what it is. But then we won against Reanimator, we won against Rakdos Sacrifice, and we won against Vampire. So feels good, man. The deck was good. Things we might do differently. I don't know. We didn't see the Hardened Scales, and I wanted to. A number of different times, I felt like, man, this is what we want. Hardened Scales would have been awesome. So maybe it is supposed to be a 4-out. You don't want situations where you draw a bunch of them and then never anything that puts counters. So that was my primary concern, but maybe it is. Good enough. We also didn't have a lot of interaction, so maybe like another Dromoka's command, down one Wandering Emperor maybe, or maybe the Abzan Falconer. Again, I think this is probably good for this style deck, but we didn't get to see it, so I don't know. Would have liked to see it, but unfortunately, I don't know. If you folks have recommendations for the deck you think might have made a difference, definitely put it in the comments below, and I would look forward to hearing your input as well. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you all next time.